You just have to configure your settings. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go aim at this little bubble that has the Majora's Mask symbol on it, and we're going to shoot it down. Once we do that, we're going to talk to this little kid in the red bandana, and he's going to ask if you're ready to play his little game. And we're going to play hide and seek. It's pretty much what it is. The first two guys are really easy to find. The first one's hiding right there. Not very well. You can see him. If you use your spin attack, you can catch up to him pretty quickly. Sometimes it takes a minute. And if he goes right there, you can usually catch him because he won't go out of the town, and he'll usually run into you. The second one is over here. I'm going to grab some more rupees real fast. There's the next guy. Caught him by surprise. Then we're going to go to East Clock Town, go grab two more of those little kids. And they'll all be hiding outside. They won't be in any buildings or anything. Yeah, and you can see both of them in that frame right there, so they're pretty easy to find. Catching them is a different story, of course. Oh, come on. To get this guy, just, make him fall, and then you can... Oh, that guy was pretty easy to catch. And then from here, use this little Deku flower to get up here, and he'll almost always fall down as soon as you get up there. Yeah. Alright. There's number 4, and we're going to head to West Clock Town, the only part of Clock Town we have not visited yet. That little dog will try to attack you, but his attacks don't do any damage, so you're good. When you're in any other form, he won't attack you, but he does not like your Deku Scrub form for some reason. So while we're over here, I'm going to go ahead and visit the bank. This lady is the banker, and she's going to she'll take your rupees. You can get some of them back. I'm going to go ahead and deposit all 43 of them. And you can come to her in any form, so Deku Scrub, Hylian, whatever. So she hits you on the head with this little stamp so she can recognize you. Alright, so you're going to come up here, and he's right there. We might be able to surprise him. Alright, we did. Now that you've got all 5 little kids, they're going to teach you a little code. Make sure you remember this code because it's different every game. There's over 120 different combinations, so make sure you remember. So I got 43521. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our combination, and we're going to go to East Clock Town. And this little kid that's wearing the yellow, I'm going to talk to him, and we're going to tell him the code. I got 43521. So we're going to go down in here, and this is the sewers. Now, there's really one thing we're going after. There's a couple, there's some money and stuff here. I'll get all that later. But you want to hop across these little pillars. I usually go around this guy because he's not worth fighting, so you don't have to worry about it. Come over here, you can pop this bubble. And when you do that, go ahead and pop these little, or slash these little jars. 2 of them will have magic in them, and 2 of them will have rupees in them. And my fairy's just trying to tell me how much time I have left. You come in here, and you can slash these little jars too. They both have, 2 of them have a blue rupee, which are 5 apiece, and another one has magic. Climb up the stairs, and we're going to talk to the little observatory guy. And he's going to ask you if we want to look into his telescope. Say yes. And then you want to look at the top of the clock tower right here and zoom in, and you can see the Skull Kid. causing trouble. Then it'll pan to this, and you'll see the moon pretty much cry and drop a moon's tear. You need to pick that up because we need it. Then you go ahead and back out of this. The observatory leader will talk to you again. So we'll head outside via this door, and we're going to pick up the moon's tear. With that in hand, we're going to climb back in the door, and then we're going to go back to Clock Town. Now, that's all we need to do until we made it to the Skull Kid. And as you can see, it's still only 3:15 of the first day. So you can do several things. You can talk to this guy, and you can dance until night. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to go ahead and collect some rupees. I'm not going to show all my gameplay in this video, but I'm going to go ahead and collect some rupees. But first things first, I'm going to show you what we need to do next. I mean, there's really one more thing we have to do. But we can do that right before we go see the Skull Kid. We're going to go over to South Clock Town. That's where we're headed. And we need to go give the moon's tear to somebody. And I'm actually in North Clock Town. So while I'm here, I'm going to go get some rupees. You know, big surprise. Okay, when you're in South Clock Town, you want to come over here. You probably saw a little Deku flower earlier. Well, we're going to go up next to it. And this guy is going to tell us that it's his and he doesn't want us to touch it. Fortunately, he has something we want. We have something he wants. So talk to him. He talks about wanting a moon's tear. Well, hey, we've got one of those. So go ahead and press start and select your moon's tear and show it to him with your C button. With that, he's going to give you the Deku flower, which basically means you own that little plot of land. And there's two purposes for this. One is so we can get the first piece of heart. The other one is so we can get into the carnival, or into the clock tower on midnight of the carnival, which is the third night, or it's the eve of the carnival. So we've got some time to kill. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this little heart piece so I can show you. So we have our first heart piece. Now there's nothing else we need to do, so I will meet you guys back here at midnight. Alright, one more thing before we go to face the Skull Kid. If you collect 200 rupees in the bank, you'll get a bigger wallet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast. And then I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the clock tower to go see the Skull Kid, so... Now you can carry 200 rupees at a time, so... which we'll use as soon as we as soon as we beat the Skull Kid. So I will see you guys at the clock tower on midnight of the third night. Alright, so it's about 11 o'clock, and we are just about ready to go confront the Skull Kid. Make sure that you get rid of all your rupees, put them in the bank, because once we go here, you're going to lose everything that you have a number on. Like your Deku nuts, you'll lose all those. If you had arrows, rupees, you lose them all. So it's important to always bank your rupees. And once it hits 11, this little cutscene will happen. now that the clock tower has been opened, we can head up there. So we're going to. And for some reason, there's no door to get back down. So once you get here, you're pretty much stuck until you complete this little task. Alright, well now the Skull Kid is accelerating the pace of the moon so that it crashes into the Earth. So we're going to hit him with a bubble. That's not going to do anything except for knock the ocarina out of his hand, which is something we need. So go ahead, grab it, and now you have the Ocarina of Time. Which doesn't really make sense, because at the end of the last game, you have to give the Ocarina of Time back, and you have it now. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Now this song, you will use more than any song in the entire game, because you have to play it every time that you need to start the game over, or well, the 3 days over, including right now. And cue the dramatic music. So we're going to equip our ocarina, and then we're going to play the Song of Time. Except for Deku Link doesn't play the ocarina, he plays the Deku pipes, but it still sounds pretty cool. So we're going to save and return to the dawn of the first day. And when you do this, any items that you have that have a numerical value will be reset to 0, including rupees, Deku nuts, so on. Anything you have in bottles will get emptied. Pretty much all progress resets. You get to keep the items you have, except for the land title deed. You don't get that, but we don't need that for a while, so